of the current. And the unit of measure for resistance is ohm, where we use omega as a symbol. Okay. But we'll be dealing with the relationship of resistance to the geometry of conductors. When we say geometry, that is a branch of mathematics that deals with shapes, sizes, etc. So particularly what we'll be dealing here is the geometry of this conductor. So again, what is a conductor? Just as what I've said to you during the previous discussion, that's the general term for the wires and cables. Okay? So it's a general term to refer wires and cables. Okay? So specifically, the focus of this discussion is about the shapes, the sizes of the conductors and how it affects the resistance. Okay. So we have these four laws on resistance. Okay. Where we have the first law that states here that the current varies directly with the length of the conductor. So meaning, if we have here two conductors, let's say we have here conductor A and conductor B. We have here two conductors, A and B. Okay. So my question is, which conductor has high resistance? Is it A or B? Based on the first law on resistance. Anyone? Which one of them? Yes, Mr. Harpio.
Conductor A po. Ay, yes.
It is conductor.
A po has more resistance.
Okay. So the one with the greater resistance or higher resistance is conductor A. Okay. So it is correct. Conductor A do have a higher resistance compared to conductor B. Why? Because conductor A has a longer length compared to conductor B. Because as said here in the first law, resistance varies directly with the length of the conductor. Meaning, the longer the length of the conductor, the higher the resistance. The shorter the length of the conductor, the lower the resistance. Okay? So, the longer, the higher resistance, the shorter, the lower resistance. Now, for second law, it says here that the resistance varies inversely with the cross-sectional area of the conductor. Meaning, if we have here conductor A and B also, okay, so you can see conductor A and B. So the question is, which one do have the higher or greater resistance? Is it A or B? Which one? Yung may malaking resistance. Yes, Mr. Carpio.
Conductor B po.
So very good. That's conductor B. Why? Because as you can see, conductor B do have a smaller area compared to conductor A. And it says here that resistance varies inversely. The term is inversely, meaning the smaller the area, the higher the resistance. The bigger the area, the lower the resistance. Okay? So inversely, they are opposite. Okay? So sa pagliit ng area sa pagtaas, sa paglaki ng area sa pagbaba. Okay po. And then it says here that the resistance depends upon the material use. Okay, depends upon the material use. Okay, so here in circuits, you'll be dealing with copper and aluminum as the commonly used conductor. Okay, so this two is the commonly used conductor. Okay, so you'll be dealing more with that two conductors. Okay, so you'll be encountering them often. Okay, then these two conductors, they do have this term specific resistivity, specific resistance, or just resistivity. Where this resistivity is constant. So this is constant. And it varies with respect to the type of material you'll be using. So meaning, copper do have its own resistivity as well as aluminum. So magkaiba yung resistivity ni copper and aluminum. And that is constant. So we have a constant value for the resistivity of copper and aluminum. Okay po. Then the resistance depends on that resistivity. So since they differ with one another, so the resistance differ if you use different types of materials. Okay. Then we have here resistance depends upon the temperature on which the material is being measured. So it says here that the resistance depends on the temperature. Okay. And since we do have different types of materials according to their conductivity, right? So we have types of conductivity. So we have that conductor, di ba? We have insulator as well as semiconductor. So they differ with regards to the effect of temperature to resistance because it's not always, I mean, if the resistance depends on the temperature, it's not always when the temperature rises, the resistance increases. So it's not the same with the other types of material based on their conductivity. It's that the conductor only. Okay. So it is this conductor, this material that increase its resistance with the rise in temperature. So meaning po, in Tagalog, ano po, sa pagtaas, ano po, sa pag-init, tumataas yung resistance. And then, syempre, sa pagbaba ng temperature, bumababa yung resistance. Okay? So, again, it happens only for conductors. Okay? When there is a rise in temperature, there's an increase in resistance. When there is a decrease in temperature, also decrease in resistance. And that's opposite in terms of insulator because sa insulator, for insulators, if we have a rise in temperature, there's a decrease in resistance. Okay? So rise in temperature meaning decrease in resistance. Okay? So here, for our loss on resistance, it says here that it depends upon the temperature on which our material is being measured. And since we're dealing with conductors, so this is just the same with the first law where the resistance varies directly with the temperature. Okay, so meaning nga po, there's a rise in temperature, there's an increase in temperature, there's an increase in resistance. Okay po. Then, if you're going to look at these three laws on resistance, since we're dealing with the geometry of conductors, okay, that's That means resistance is directly proportional to your length and inversely to your area. Okay, so ito po yun. Okay? Your resistance is directly proportional to your length and inversely to your area. Okay? And then if you will write that mathematically, this is our equation where we have resistance equal to K as the proportionality constant multiplied by the length divided by the area. And since K is a proportionality constant, we will let that K equal to rho. Okay? So that's rho. Okay? That letter P, okay? That's that letter P, but that is rho. Okay? So that's Greek symbol rho. Okay? So meaning, if you let your K equal to rho, okay, we have this equation of the resistance. Okay? Therefore, for us to determine the value of our resistance, given that we have resistivity, length, and area, that is resistivity multiplied by the length divided by the area. Okay po. So can you follow po? Okay. So again, para makuha yung resistance, imumultiply lang natin si resistivity and length, then dividing that by area. Okay? And take note that since resistance, this R is resistance, that should be in ohm, or we use again the Greek symbol omega. Okay? For the resistance, to represent resistance. Then how about this rho? Okay, that rho again is our specific resistance or resistivity, where the unit of measure for resistivity is ohm circular mil per feet. Okay, so this cm here, that is circular mil. Okay, so circular mil, capital C, capital M, big letter C, big letter M, I mean uppercase C and M, that's circular mil. Okay, so that's different from the small c, small m, which is centimeter. Okay, so don't be confused with that cm. Okay, so that's ohm circular mil over foot. Okay, feet or foot. Okay, so that's the unit of measure for resistivity. Okay, so that's an English unit. Apo. Then this one, we also use ohm meter, where that's an SI unit, okay, to represent the value of this resistivity. Or we also use ohm centimeter. Again, don't be confused with big letter C and M and small letter C and M. That's circular mil, this is circular mil, and then this one is centimeter. Okay, so we use these three unit of measure for the resistivity. Next, L for length. Length of the conductor, haba ng conductor. Okay, and we use feet, foot as length, meter, or we can also use centimeter. Okay, how about A? A is the cross-sectional area. It can be in circular mil, so that's capital C and M, square mils, square meter, or square centimeter. Okay po. So that's the unit that we use for resistivity, length, and the area. Again, resistance is directly proportional to the length of the conductor and inversely proportional to the cross-sectional area of the conductor. But the question is, what if you've encountered a problem that gives you length and volume to determine resistance. You are given length and volume to determine resistance. So you've been given din naman the material use. So you know what resistivity you'll be using. Okay. But here, so you know the resistivity, you have length, you have volume. How can you determine your resistance? So that's the question. So how? Any idea? So what is our standard formula for resistance? That's rho L over A. Am I correct? So that's resistivity, length, and area. But we're given length, volume, and resistivity. Then we need to look for the value of resistance. If you will look into our standard formula, there are two unknowns. It's not only resistance, but also the area. Can you follow po? Okay. So it's not only the resistance who's unknown, but also the area. So how can we determine the resistance if area is also unknown? So paano natin hahanapin yung resistance ay wala din namang area? Anyone? Do you have an idea? Yes, Mr. Carpio?
Volume divided by length po.
Volume divided by length, that is
Area.
area. Okay, so there is this. Okay, thank you po Mr. Carpio. Tama po, ano? So there is this relationship of volume, length, and area. Okay, where your volume, so please take note of this, your volume is equal to length times area. So V is equal to L times A. So meaning, just like what Mr. Carpio said, to determine, I'm so sorry, to determine your area, that is volume over length. Okay? So meaning, from our standard formula, R is equal to rho L over A, we have A, where A is volume over the length. So if we will to write this equation, that is rho L multiplied by L over the volume. Therefore, that's rho L squared over the volume. So we can still determine the value of the resistance even though we have area. But we should have volume and length. Okay po, can you follow? So you just need to derive that value, I mean that equation of area from the formula of volume. So you will come up to a new formula for resistance wherein you have length and volume. Ano po? So i-derive lang po yun. Kasi may formula naman ang volume. Doon yung kukunin yung formula ng area, tapos yun naman yung isa-substitute nyo sa formula ng resistance. Para may bago na kayong formula ng resistance na ang nakalagay po ay length and volume. Okay? So just to explain that in Tagalog, ano po? So, how about you are given naman area and volume. Okay. So again, from this one, you come up with the formula of length equal to volume over the area. And then from that, you will just substitute it to the standard equation of resistance where your length is V over A over A. Okay? And then from that, that is just equal to rho V over A squared. So even though you don't have your length, but you have your area and volume, you can still determine your resistance by this formula. Length and volume, this formula. Area and volume, this one. Okay. So can you follow po that how we derive the formula? Okay. Okay. So next po. So when we say resistivity, that is just the amount of change in our material per unit change in temperature. And then the SI unit for resistivity is ohm meter, where the unit again is ohm meter. We use the Greek symbol omega. Okay. We have this term circular mill a while ago, where that is the unit of area. Again, this is a unit of measure. So don't be confused with that. A unit of measure for area. Okay. And it says here that if you have here a circle, sorry, that's not a perfect circle, but imagine that's a circle. Okay. And then you have here your diameter. Ayun. Okay. So you have here your diameter. So this is a diameter, diba? So it says here that if your diameter is equal to 1 mil, you'll be having your area equivalent to the unit of measure circular mil. Or in simple word, okay, just to explain it a bit simpler pa, ano po, if your unit for the diameter, or if the unit of the diameter is mil, again, if the unit of the diameter is mil, you'll have a unit of area equal to circular mil. In Tagalog po, kung ang diameter nyo ay 1 mil, ang makukuha nyo pong unit ng area ay circular mil. Okay? But how can we determine that area in circular mil? Okay? So to determine your area in circular mil, that is A area equal to diameter squared. Okay? So area is equal to diameter squared. Okay? But please take note, there are a lot of students been confused with this formula. Okay? So please note that you'll be using this formula if only if your diameter is in mil. Okay, so just to translate it in Tagalog, gagamitin nyo lang po yung formula na yan ng area kung ang inyong diameter ay naka-mil. Okay po. Now, what if your diameter is in meter, centimeter, etc.? Okay? Or, I mean, meter or centimeter. What if your diameter is using that unit of measure? So how can you determine your area? Is it the same as d squared? So the answer po is no. Yes, tama po, Mr. Carpio. That's not the area or the formula for the area. So what is the formula for the area of circle? That's pi r squared. Okay? So the area of a circle is equal to pi r squared. But ma'am, we have here diameter. We're not given a parameter of radius. What we have is diameter. So how can we determine the area if this is radius, not diameter? What's radius? Radius is this one. Okay? Meaning that's the half of the diameter. Okay? So radius is just the half the diameter, meaning you just need to substitute that d over 2 to this equation of the area. So you will have d over 2 squared, where you have pi. What's d squared? D squared. What's 2 squared? 4. So this is your formula for the area if the diameter is in meter or centimeter. Can you follow po? Okay. So again, gagamitin po ang d squared kapag naka-mil, and kapag naka-meter, centimeter, pi d squared over 4 ang area. Okay? So clear naman tayo dyan. Okay? So here, this is just the derivation of the formula for square inch, square mil. Okay, so I will not be elaborating that because that's already presented here. So what I've presented here again is the d squared and the pi d squared over 4. Okay, so again, the diameter here must be in mil. The diameter here must be in meter or centimeter. Okay, so please take note of that to avoid confusion, because a lot of students use the wrong equation. Ano po? Instead of d squared, they use pi d squared over 4. Okay, so please take note of that. Okay, then please take note of this also. So it says here that 1 inch is equivalent to 1,000 mils, and 1 mcm is equal to 1,000 circular mil, and so on. Okay. So let's proceed to this one, where it says here conductors undergoing drawing process. So what do we mean by drawing process? So this is not the drawing that you know, drawing arts. Ano po, hindi pagguhit. Ano po, hindi tayo naguguhit-guhit. We're not coloring the conductors. What we're doing in this kind of drawing process in terms of conductors is that if we do have an initial length, either we're making it a little bit longer or a little bit shorter. Okay, so for example, this is the initial length of our conductor. So that's the initial length. So meaning that's L1. Okay, so that's L1 initial length. If that conductor undergoes the drawing process, it can either be this one. So we make it a little bit longer, or it can be this one. So we make it short compared to the initial one. Okay, so that's undergoing drawing process. Or drawing process kasi, it involves only length and area. Area. Where in area, we use diameter. Okay, so this two only. Okay, so meaning for the area, if we have here A sub 1, so that's the initial area, it can be this one. We make it a little bit smaller, the diameter, the area, or much bigger compared to the initial one. Okay, so that's how we um, do this drawing process here in terms of our conductor. Okay, so take note that if a conductor is undergoing drawing process, the volume is constant. So volume doesn't change throughout the drawing process. Okay, and then just to give you a technique on how to determine whether a problem involves drawing process, you will just look for the word drawn. So if the problem has this keyword drawn, meaning the problem involves conductor undergoing drawing process. Okay? So kung may nabasa po kayong word na drawn, ibig sabihin po nun, yung problem na yun, ay di nag-undergo yung conductor na drawing process. Okay? So, analyze the problem. Okay? And by analyzing the problem, look if is it the length that undergoes the drawing process or the area or the diameter. Okay. Again, in the area, it involves diameter. Because if we change the diameter, we've also changing the area. Okay. So look if the problem states whether it's the length or the diameter that change. So if the length is the one that change, okay, so the length is the one that undergo change through that drawing process. So this is our formula. Okay. Meaning your resistance is directly proportional to the square of your length. Okay. So since that is directly varying directly, as you can see, the subscript here are the same. So the subscript of our numerator and denominator are both the same. Okay. And then don't forget the square. It's the square of the length. Okay. So final resistance over initial resistance is equal to the quantity of the final length divided by the initial length squared. What if the diameter was the one that changed? Okay, so meaning your resistance varies inversely as to the fourth power of the diameter. Since this is inversely, as you can see here, the subscript isn't the same because nga po, it is inversely proportional. So if you will use here at the left side, your numerator has a subscript of 2. On your right side, it should be 1. If this is 2, this should be 1. If this is 1, this should be 2. And then don't forget the fourth power. Okay? Because your resistance varies inversely as to the fourth power of the diameter. Okay po? So can you follow po? Okay, very good. Now, let's proceed to the next page. We're here. This is just a table that shows the specific resistance of the different materials that you can be encountered here in circuits. Okay, so again, specific resistance is constant. Okay, so rho is constant. Okay, and again, just like what I've told you a while ago, the commonly used material are copper and aluminum, specifically the annealed copper, not the hard rod. Okay, so since we have here 2 coppers, okay, always assume that the problem is referring annealed copper. Okay? So what is the specific resistance of copper and aluminum? So for copper, we have 10.37. For aluminum, we have 17. But please take note that the unit that we use for 10.37 and 17 is ohm circular mil per feet. Okay po. And again, this is an English unit. So what's the unit, what's the value of the resistivity in ohm meter and ohm centimeter? Because we also use ohm meter and ohm centimeter. So please take note that for the copper, we use 1.724 times 10 raised to negative 8 ohm meter and 1.724 times 10 raised to negative 6 ohm centimeter. For the aluminum, we use 2.82 times 10 raised to negative 8 ohm meter and 2.82 times 10 raised to negative 6 ohm centimeter. So please take note of these values, these constants, okay? Because you'll be encountering a lot of constants for the next discussions that we have. Okay. So if you want to, you can write that on an index card. Ano po? So for you to, compile all the important formulas here in Circuits 1 so that whenever you are reviewing for major exams, you have that index card. Ano po? But please take note, ano po, because as far as I know, in your first year, you're using index card during major exams. But here in Circuits 1, you are not allowed to use index cards or even notes during exams. Okay po. So you are not allowed. Ano po? So pasensya na po. Okay? Because strictly prohibited yung paggamit, the use of index cards and notes during your, I think, starting second year. You'll not be using index card anymore. Because during board exams naman po, you cannot use index cards. Okay? So, during your second year, up to fourth year, and reviewing for board exam, okay, practice memorizing the formula. But then again, just like what I've told you during our orientation, we are not just memorizing the formula. So it's not all about memorizing the formula, because even if you know the formula but you didn't know how to solve, how to use that formula, you can't solve problem. Ano po? So kahit pag-aano mo ka sa ulado yung mga formula, hindi mo naman alam kung paano gamitin, wala din yun. That is why, just like what I've told you also during our orientation, the P-sets are not a burden because you will use that to practice applying the formulas that you've learned during that specified period of time, midterms and finals. Okay. So, I'm just reminding you because naalala ko, na gumagamit nga pala kayo ng formula notes during your first years. So, ngayon po, hindi na po siya allowed. Okay? So, kailangan na po nating i-practice talaga how to use those formulas and how to solve problems. Okay po? And also the constant. Okay? So dapat po you memorize all the constants. Okay? So as many as problems as that you solve, ano po, the easier for you to memorize yung mga constants. Okay? So, pinapaalala ko lang po. Ano po? Ayan. So again, this is the commonly used. So please take note of this. That is why I'm giving you their um constants only. So not the other material, because whenever they appear on a problem, it is included in the problem the resistivity of that material. Okay. So let's have our example. Okay. So we have here sample problems. So let's solve for problem 1. Okay, where we have here, or we need to calculate the resistances of the following conductors at 20 degrees Celsius, where the material is copper, length is 1,000 feet, circular mill is 3,200. B, material is aluminum, length is 4 miles, diameter is 162. Okay po. So let's write or here na lang sa baba. So we use this one. Okay, so I will just zoom this in so that we can write the other solutions of the other problem. Okay, so for problem 1, it says that we need to calculate the resistance given that, so note this is for 1A, given that we have a material of copper, we have a length of 1,000 feet, and then we have a circular mill equal to 3,200. So again, what was required? What is required? Resistance. Okay. So solution, how can we determine the value of our resistance? So that is rho L over the area. Okay. So what do we have here? Material, copper, length, 1,000 feet, cm, circular mill, 3,200. So again, what is circular mill? Anyone? What is circular mill? What? Yes, Mr. Carpio?
Area.
Area, very good. So meaning, we'll not be writing that as cm as it was stated in the problem, but we will write that as A, specifically A, because that's area. So here, we will write cm because that's the unit for area. Okay? Now, what are the unit for the length and area? Feet and circular mill. So the question is, what resistivity are we going to use for copper? We have a lot of resistivity, values of resistivity for copper, but specifically, what value of resistivity are we going to use for copper for this situation, for this problem? Specifically, that is, anyone? we have 1.724 times 10 raised to negative 8 times 10 raised to negative 6 and 10.37. So which of the three are we going to use? Yes, Mr. Dodge. 10.37. Very good. Okay, so we'll be using 10.37. Why? Because as you can see, the length is in feet, the area is in circular mil. We are determining resistance. Okay, so meaning we need to cancel out the circular mil and the feet to have an ohm, right? So we'll be using rho CU equal to 10.37 ohm circular mil per feet. So again, the objective, our aim is to cancel out that cm and feet to have this ohm. Okay? Because that's the unit for resistance, meaning we have resistance. Okay? So by substituting the values to the equation of the resistance, ano ba yan? So resistance is now equal to, what's the resistivity? 10.37 ohm circular mil per feet. We have a length of 1,000 feet, and then we have an area of 3,200. Circular mil. Meaning, feet will be cancelled out. Okay? So, mangyayari, what happens is that we have ohm circular mil, but we have here divided by circular mil, so that will be cancelled out. Therefore, what is the value of our resistance? Kindly get your calculator. So please calculate this one. Yes, Mr. Mark Anthony.
1037 over 320.
Or please use the what do you call that? Not the fraction.
Or 3 point
3 point
3.24.
3.24. So we have 3.24. Again, what we have here, I'm so sorry. So what we have here again is the ohms. Okay. So any questions for 1A? Can you follow 1A? Okay. Okay, so let's solve for 1B. So 1B is, we have a given material of aluminum. And then we have a length of 4 miles. And the diameter equal to, what's the diameter? I'm so sorry. I forgot the diameter. 162 mils. So we have 162 mils. So still we're looking for the value of our resistance. Given that we have aluminum 4 miles and 162 mils. So how can we determine that solution? So still we will use rho L over A. But the question is, this time that we have length in miles, diameter in mils, what value of resistivity for aluminum are we going to use? Or please look at the diameter. We have 162 mils. Okay. Since that's diameter, what area or what will be the unit of measure for the area if we'll be using that 162 mils? Okay, so analyze. So may diameter daw tayo, 102 mils. So ano kaya yung possible area na makukuha ko? Yes, Mr. Dodge. Circular mill, very good. So meaning, okay, so dun muna tayo before the resistivity. Okay, so as said by Mr. Ornaba, we can determine area in circular mill by this diameter in mils. So what is the formula again for us to determine an area in circular mill? Anyone? Yes, Taj? D squared po. Very good. So D squared. And then substitute. 162 mils. So we have 162 squared. So that is 26,244. So kindly check. So if we will to square this mils, it will become circular mill. Okay. Now, since the area is in circular mill, the length is in miles. What are we going to do for that mile? To that mile? What are we going to do to our length? It's in miles. Your area is in circular mills. Yes, Dodge. Very good. Convert that into feet. And how? So length of 4 miles. So what's the conversion factor? We have 1 mile equivalent to that's 5,280 feet. Okay. So miles will be cancelled out. So 5,280 times 4, that is 21,120. So same answer. We have the same answer. Okay, very good. So since we have an area in circular mill, length in feet, so what will be the value of the resistivity for aluminum to be used in this situation? Yes, Dodge. Very good. So that's 17. So we'll be using the rho AL equal to 17 ohm circular mil per feet. I'm so sorry. So can you follow po? Nasusundan naman ng iba? Kung paano natin ginagawa? Okay po. So now that all of the parameters or in their corresponding unit, we will substitute it to our equation of the resistance equal to 17 ohm circular mil per feet multiplied by 21,120, dividing that by 26,244 circular mil. Feet will be cancelled out, circular mil will be cancelled out. Therefore, our resistance is equal to So what's the answer po? Yes, Mr. Reyes. Oo nga naman. Yun lang, ang walang audio. $13.68. Very good, Mr. Reyes. So we have 13.68 ohms. So question for problem 1, A and B. Are there questions? So none. Okay, so you can screenshot these two solutions so that you have a copy. And then we'll proceed to problem 2. Okay. So okay na po. You've already screenshot the solution. Okay, thank you. So let's proceed to problem 2. So for problem 2, it says here that we have a copper rod of 10 meters long, has a diameter with 1 inch. If the resistivity of copper is 10.371 ohm circular mil per feet, what is the resistance? Okay, so we have a copper rod of 10 meters long, has a resistance, has a diameter with 1 inch. If the resistivity of copper is 10.371 ohm circular mil per feet, what is the resistance? Okay, so let's answer our problem 2. So given we have a rod of 10 meters long, meaning that's the length, 10 meters. Then we have a diameter with 1 inch. And then resistivity is given. Okay, so we are required to find the resistance. So how can we determine the resistance? Rho L over A. Okay. Now that the resistivity is already given in our problem, so the resistivity will be our basis for the other parameters. Okay? For the unit of the other parameters. Okay? Because you need to align their units to the unit of your resistivity. Okay po? Because for problem 1, we don't have the resistivity yet. That is why we need to align the resistivity that we'll be using to the given parameters of the problem. Okay? Here, since for problem 2, it is already given, resistivity is already given, okay, we need to align the other parameters like length and diameter to that resistivity so that we can have ohm for our resistance. Okay, so meaning our aim is to cancel this cm and feet. Okay, so our aim is to cancel that out, that 2. How can we cancel cm and feet? What are we going to do? Anyone? What are we going to do with that length? We'll be converting that to feet from meters. Okay, so meaning, yes, very good. So meaning, here na lang. Length, which is 10 meters, multiply by 1 meter. What is its equivalent to feet? We have we have 3.281 feet. So that the meter will be cancelled out. Therefore, we have here 32.81 feet. Now, how about the diameter? What are we going to do with the diameter? Diameter is in inch. So what are we going to do? Yes, Darcy.
Convert it to cm.
Convert it into cm,
To feet pala.
circular mil.
To feet pala po.
Ano po?
Convert it into feet.
Convert it into feet. Sige nga, Mr. Reyes.
Convert po sa miles.
Sa miles, Mr. Arconada.
I-convert po into mils.
Yun. What we're going to do is to convert that inch into mils. Mils po. Ano po? Okay? So sa mils po natin siya i-convert. And just what I've told you a while ago, you need to please note that we have the conversion, diba, kanina. So you need to take note that your 1 inch is equivalent to 1,000 mils. Okay? So convert that inch into mils. For you to have a cm, yung sabi kanina ni Mr. Darcy. Okay? Kasi if you have here your diameter in mils, you can have your area in circular mil. And that is what we're going to do. Okay? So, area, which is d squared, since we have a mil, and then 1,000 mils, and then squared, that's million, I think. Yes, that's million. So 1 million circular mil. And then from that, we can substitute it to our equation of resistance, where we have 10.37, 1 ohm circular mil per feet. And then we have 32.81 feet, so that it will be cancelled out. And then we have 1 million circular mil. This will be cancelled out. Therefore, our resistance is equal to, kindly please check, 10.37, 1, and 32.81, and then 1 million. What will be our answer?
3.40 times 10 raised to negative 4.
Okay po, very good. So we have 3.40 times 10 raised to negative 4. Again, don't forget your unit, ohms. Okay. Okay. So I will just, so that I can box the final answer. Okay. So that is our problem number 2. Can you follow po problem 2? Harder questions? Okay. Okay po. So next tayo. So let's proceed to the next problem. Where we have here problem 3. Where it says here that we have the substation bus bar made up of 2 inches round copper bars, 20 feet long. So what is the resistance of each bar if resistivity is 1.724 times 10 raised to negative 6 ohm centimeter? Okay po. So that will be our problem 3. So the substation bus bar is made up of 2 inches round copper bars, 20 feet long. What is the resistance of each bar if resistivity is 1.724 times 10 raised to negative 6 ohm centimeter? Okay, so let's answer problem 3. So given, what do we have again? Okay, sorry, I forgot. Okay. 2 inches round copper bars, 20 feet long, meaning that 2 inches is our diameter. And then 20 feet long. Okay. So that's length. And then given the resistivity of copper, 1.724 times 10 raised to negative 6 ohm centimeter. So we are required to find the value of our resistance. And how can we determine the resistance? By rho L over the area. Okay. Now, look at our resistivity. So what is the unit of our resistivity? Ohm centimeter. Meaning you need to cancel out that centimeter for you to have ohm. Because ohm is resistance. Okay? Meaning, what do we need to do? To convert your length, your diameter in centimeter. Okay po. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. So meaning diameter 2 inches or 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeter. Cancelled out. We have 2 times 2.54, that is 5.08 centimeter. Okay. And then for the length, we have 20 feet. And then multiply that by 1 foot is 12 inches. Am I correct? Please correct me if I am wrong. and then converting that from 1 inch to 2.54 cm. So feet will be cancelled out, inch will be cancelled out, we have cm. So what is that? 20 times 12 times 2.54. So that is 609.6 centimeter. Okay. So next, what are we going to do? Now, the question is, so what will be the formula for the area? What formula of the area are we going to use? Anyone? Yes, Miss Bulaklak.
Ma'am, ano po? A is equals to pi d squared over 4 po.
Okay, very good. So that is pi d squared over 4. Okay, so meaning A is equal to pi d squared, sorry, pi d squared over 4. So substitute your d, which is 5.08, and then squared, and then 4. What will be our area? So pi times pi. Pi times 5.08 squared, then dividing that by 4, 20.27. Do we have the same answer? Again, please correct me. I am wrong. So this is centimeter squared. So same answer. Okay, thanks Adrian. Okay. So we can substitute it already in our equation for the resistance. We have rho. What's our rho? 1.724 times 10 raised to negative 6 ohm centimeter. So do not forget the unit so that you will know if the units will be cancelled out or not. Ano po? And then length is 609.6 centimeter. So meaning, we have here centimeter, that will be centimeter squared or square centimeter. And then dividing that by area, which is 20.27 square centimeter, dividing that by square centimeter, so that will be cancelled out. Therefore, we have resistance equal to, so kindly check nga po, 724 times 10 raised to negative 6 raised to negative 6 multiply by 609.6 over 20.27. So what is your answer po? Ano pong sagot nila? 5.18 times 10 raised to negative 5. Very good. Ayan. So 5.18 times 10 raised to negative 5 ohms. Ayan. Okay. So any questions for problem 3? 4. So, screenshot na po. Yung problem 3, okay po, thank you. So, sorry. Problem 4. So, we have here a kilometer of wire having a diameter of 11.5 millimeters and a resistance of 0.035 ohm is drawn so that its diameter is 5 millimeters. What does its resistance become? So what do we have here in our problem 4? Please analyze. What do we have in our problem 4? Can you see that keyword? In our problem 4? Okay, so we have that keyword, right? We have that drawn. Okay, so meaning this problem 4 is all about conductors undergoing drawing process. Okay, and by analyzing the problem, is it the length that change or the diameter that change? So which one, length or diameter? Diameter, very good. Okay, so because as you can see here, your diameter is 11.5 and then it becomes 5. Okay, so let us solve it here. So 4. Problem 4. So let's disregard that kilometer of wire because it adds unnecessary thing to the problem. Okay, so we will not use it naman. So let's disregard that. But if you want to, you can write or include it in the given parameter. Okay, so given you have D sub 1, which is 11.5. Therefore, we have R sub 1. Okay, because as you can see here, it's being stated here that when you have a diameter of 11.5, its resistance is 0.035 ohm. Okay, 0.035. And then it becomes 5. So we are looking for what? What resistance is that? Anyone? What resistance are we looking for? Yes, Adrian. Reyes. Mr. Reyes.
R2 po.
Very good. That's R2. We're looking for the final resistance. Okay. So we're looking for the resistance at which the diameter is 5 mm. Okay. Parang nakakatalino pala ang tinitin ng itlog ni ni Reyes. Bili na kayong itlog. Okay. So since we're looking for R2, given that the diameter is the one that changed, what formula are we going to use? Yes, Mr. Sarnaba. Okay, very good. So that's the formula. So we'll be using R2 over R sub 1 equal to the quantity of D sub 1 over D sub 2 to the fourth power. Okay, so let's substitute all the parameters to the equation. So we have R sub 2 over R sub 1, 0.035. And then we have 11.5 mm. We have 5 mm. Therefore, millimeters will be cancelled out. Okay, so please determine the value at the right side. So what's 11.5 over 5 raised to the fourth power? Yes, Mr. Yes po. Sige po. Mr. Arconada.
Ano po, 27.98 po.
Okay, so we have 27.98 or 9841 ano?
Yes po.
So 27.98. Okay. Now, you will, what are you going to do? You will multiply, okay, because we're going to transpose this to the other side. So that's multiplication. Kasi on this side, on the left side, that's division. So when you transpose that to the other side, it will be multiplication. Okay? So I will just remove the arrow. So therefore, R sub 2 is equal to 27.98 multiplied by 0.035 ohm. Therefore, what is the value of our R2? What's your answer? Yes, Mr. Darcy.
0.979 ohms po.
979 ohms. Okay, so we have 0.979 ohms. Okay. So any question for problem 4? Questions? So wala po. Okay, so if you want to screenshot, kindly screenshot. And then let's proceed to the last problem. And then for the last problem, we have a 1 meter rod of 2 centimeter. Ayan. 2 centimeter diameter is drawn until its resistance is 100 times the initial resistance. Its length afterward is. Okay, so how can we solve that problem 5? Okay, so analyze. We have a 1 meter rod of 2 cm diameter is drawn. So there is this word drawn. So meaning it undergoes drawing process until its resistance is 100 times the initial resistance. Its length afterward is. So what do we have for problem 5? So we've already analyzed that the conductor undergo drawing process. But is it the length or the diameter that change? Is it the length or the diameter? Anyone? Both? Okay, so kindly analyze it more. So a 1 meter rod of 2 cm diameter is drawn until its resistance is 100 times the initial resistance. Its length afterward is. So it's the length, yes. Okay, so tama po. It's the length. Okay, that will be changed if the conductor will undergo drawing process. Okay, but the case here, okay, so since the length that will be changed, so let's write it here. So given, so we have here a 1 meter rod, so we'll disregard the diameter, so 1 meter rod, so that's our L sub 1. So that's the initial length, okay? And then what happens? It says here that the rod is drawn until its resistance is 100 times the initial resistance. So what does that mean kaya? What does that mean? Until its resistance is 100 times the initial resistance. R2 over R1 is equal to 100. Or, yes, that's correct din po. Or specifically, so that's correct. That's R2 over R1 equals 100. Or, so for you to see it clearly, or more, clearer than this equation, this is correct, but just to see it a little bit clearer, so it says that your R2, if your conductor undergoes drawing process, your final resistance is equal to 100 times of your initial resistance. So this equation are just the same, but just to make it a little bit clearer, I wrote it that way. Ano po? Okay. So your resistance will become 100 times of your initial resistance. So that's R2 equal to 100 of your R1. Okay? Then the question is its length afterwards is. So meaning the required is your L sub 2. Okay. So solution. So what equation are we going to use? D R2 over R1 equal to the quantity of L2 over L sub 1 squared. Okay. So let us substitute our values, our equations. Okay. R2 is being said as 100 of R1 over R1 is equal to L2, that's what we're going to determine, over L1 of 1, okay, 1 meter, and then squared. So what will happen? We will just cancel out this R1, and that will become 100 equal to what's L sub 2 over 1. That is just L sub 2 and then squared. Okay po? Can you follow? Can you follow? Okay, very good. Now, since we have here 100 equal to L sub 2 squared, we're looking for L sub 2 only, not L sub 2 squared. Because what we have here is L sub 2 squared. Oh my God, it's eraser. So we have here L sub 2 squared. The L sub 2 is squared. Okay? So what are we going to do? So to cancel that squared, we're going to square root both sides. Very good, Mr. Reyes. So you should buy eggs to Mr. Reyes, a dozen of eggs so that you will be like him. Okay? So square root both sides. And then this squared will be cancelled out. Therefore, you have L sub 2 equal to, so what's square root of 100? That is just 10 meters. So that is our problem 5. Questions for the problem 5. Questions for the topic discussed today. Is it clear? Is it clear? Any questions? Any concerns? Clear naman po. Ayan. Okay, so we'll be continuing our discussion next week. Okay,